All right, we are ready to start creating. Now that you tried to sign in, you would have seen a pop-up that says enter the join code from your teacher. What's great about Book Creator is it's a nice, safe environment to create our books, and we can only see the books of other people in our class. So you're going to need to enter the join code that your teacher gave you. Once you do that, you'll be able to follow the rest of this tutorial, and we're going to start by creating our space to work. So once you enter the classroom code, you're going to be inside the class and you're going to see in the top right hand corner where it says new book. Now I get to choose the book shape. Now, one of the things I'll point out is that even if you don't want to make it a comic, you can leave it nice blank pages. But by choosing comic, it gives you comic options for later. So I like to choose one of these three just because if I want to turn it into a comic later, I'm going to have more options for what I can put on the page. Or of course, I can choose to leave it be blank. And this just has the different sizes. So I'm going to go ahead here and pick a nice landscape comic. And you're going to see already, look, it's just blank pages. Nothing else is in here. It's a beautiful space for me to be able to work. Now what I'm going to be able to do is start to look at what I can put on the pages. So I'm going to go look in the top right-hand corner, that plus button again, and it's going to give me some options of what I can add. So first of all, you can see how it pulls up the different comics. There's a media, such as I can import items. So I can do a Google image search. Or I can even get things I've made in my Google Drive. And if I choose that, I'm just gonna have to choose my educational Google Drive to connect to it. But now if I made a really cool Google drawing that I wanted to put on here, or something that I've made, it's all going to be able to be in here. Of course, I can do a Google image search. So I could go ahead and I could look for Christmas. And it's gonna pull up some of those images. Other things I'll be able to put on the page is I can use my camera. I can ink and write on it with a touch screen with my pen or using my mouse. I can type text on the page, and I'm going to be able to record using my voice. And then finally, there's going to be shapes. So you can see there's some additional shapes that I can put in here. Or of course, I could search for anything. Like maybe I want to find a tree. And it's going to search and find me other shapes that I can use. Now, what we're going to do first is we want to make our cover. So the first thing I want you to be able to do for your cover is you can either have created something in your Google Drawings that you want to bring in, but go ahead and click import. And let's do a Google image search that we want to put on our cover. All of the things that I'm searching for, I'm allowed to use because it's Creative Commons. So because I searched specifically for that title, you're going to see there's not a ton that I can use free. I might want to build my own. So maybe here I'm going to go search for Christmas. I'm going to find a nice Christmas background that I like for my book cover. This one's pretty nice. Select. And now that's going to put it on my cover. Now I can go ahead and I could add some other pieces. Like under media, I want to be able to add some text for my title. Now that I have that, I can choose some things. Like if I want it to be bold, I could select all of the words, make it bold. So I have these options to be able to do it. Now, one of the things you're going to be able to note is there is a way to record. I can talk and it will type the words I'm speaking for me. How great is that? It's going to make writing this story very easy. I'm going to get rid of those words and I'm just going to say done. And now it's going to be able to put it on my page. What's great about this is I'm still going to be able to adjust my words. I can make them a little bigger and do a little bit of designing. So if I want to be able to make my text a little bit better, I can go ahead and edit it that way. But I'm going to click this little I button in the top right-hand corner that means inspector. Here is where I can say, actually, I want to be able to make this bigger. I can just click the plus button, or I can drag this so it's the size I want. Now, of course, I can decide where do I want it centered? Do I want it bold? This is starting to look better. Now I can go ahead and do color. Maybe I don't want it that color. I want it to be white so it stands out even more. If I wanted to have a background for the color, I could do that. So if I wanted a block of color that went around it, I'm not going to do that for mine. And of course, I can do things like add a shadow, turn that on so it stands out a little bit more, all of these things. So this inspector button is going to help you design. So already I have my cover and I'm ready to start adding content. So pause here and make the book cover for your story.